Just to get a summary or, a clear understanding of this, Dr. Abdi, who will be in charge of the overall implementation of this report?
Thank you for that. I wanted just to clarify a few things before I respond to that. The issues raised from the stakeholders, especially, we had that parents were not involved. I just want to confirm that parents were part of the Presidential Working Party. I know we had a parent, for example, from Donholm Primary, another from Nairobi Primary, other primary schools, secondary schools. So in terms of consultation and everything to do with stakeholder participation, I think that was done very well. But again, the issue of infrastructure has also been raised and support to schools. All I just want to say is that in the last financial year, the infrastructure allocation for primary education was around 120 million. But this year, it has been, increased by 6 times, 740 million. For for secondary education, the infrastructure allocation to our schools has been 1.6 billion the last financial year. This year, the allocation is 3.2 billion. And so there's a lot of, investment in this area. And if you look at, for example, circulars that we have just released in form of what the parents were saying, especially for the junior secondary education, we even have provisions in the capitation for schools to buy laboratory materials, materials for practicals under CPC, assessment, stationaries, capacity building even for teachers is catered for within the government financing. So I just want people to be aware of that. And in terms of capitation, junior secondary school, the whole, we are allocating 15,042 shillings per child. And so that is really very critical. About this report and the way forward, I think during the launch, His Excellency has already made directives. The Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education will be in charge. But we'll get support, of course, from the Attorney General and the rest of the government, machineries. And so the Cabinet Secretary, in the next coming days, definitely you'll be hearing of a lot of pronouncements. Because the report was launched on the 1st of August, and this is the 9th of August. And so there's a team working behind the scenes, technical officers putting things together, and so the report will be implemented as directed.
Kuna kitu Bwana Elias wengi wamekipata kwa mara ya kwanza kabisa, hasa wale ambao ni wazazi wa kileo, community service learning. Tuzungumzia nini hasa?
Thank you very much. I know in Kenya, when we talk of community service learning, the first thing that comes into our mind is NYS.
NYS, yes.
But community service learning is not NYS. As the Minister of Education, we have good experience, and there are a number of even our schools that are even implementing community service learning. At the ministry, in the year 2014 to 2016, we have been running a program called, G United, Greatness United, where we were getting, university graduates, and we posted them to around 22 counties, 1,600 of them, in 800 primary schools, and they were assisting schools in foundational learning, early literacy and numeracy. And these graduates, one condition was that they will not work in their home counties. We posted them to other counties. And then as they were assisting the schools, they were even living with families from those communities. So community service learning is a civic duty where, for example, the graduates, join families, they give back to communities. They, for example, one good example is for example, Strehe Boys. Strehe Boys, for some time, has been implementing community service learning. Students will pick where they want to go to, if it's a hospital, for example, or they want to work in a government facility.
So sorry, because I just want to get understanding. This will be done by the schools, because there's the one for 3 months, and then there's the 9-month community service. So where are they domiciled? Who is running these community service programs? Does that happen within the schools they're in, or?
In terms of implementation, what the report says is we implement community service learning 9 months after tertiary education, and then 3 months after senior. So in terms of the details and how exactly it will be implemented, That is what now the implementation team will take up. But I just want to assure the country that, community service learning is not NYS. It is not, you have to return back to community, do something within the community, work in maybe, places where your effort is required in terms of maybe schools, government offices. You can go there as a student, maybe assist in a government facility, in hospital, in an orphanage, and give back to society. You participate in tree planting, and then you are certified and you are given a certificate. The case of the school I was just referring to, for example, the students go and participate in community service learning, and where they have been working, they're given a report. And the school, at times even in the assembly, they read that report about this child and what the child has been doing. So this is what we are talking about in terms of community service learning.
Na kabla tujamaliza